Dolphin swim team is known as a family, and it is that family that is counted on for the great amount of volunteering that they are known for parking at Fest to running concessions and everything in between. Many of the team also swim for many years. Of those that are here today, raise your hand if you've been a Dolphin for more than 7 years. If you're in the audience or watching at home and think this might be fun, there's still time to sign up. The season is just beginning, and all you need is a child that can swim 25 yards or one length of the pool. So call the hub and get signed up. At this time, I would ask that I'm going to call your name, and if you could head up to see Mayor Gianelli. She has a certificate for each of you, and please stay up front for some pictures afterwards. I'm going to start with the board members that are here today who spend the entire year preparing for this. So, Ann Furmansky. Felicia Maxa.
Thank you so much.
Felicia Maxa. Jen Selesky.
Thank you.
Okay, and then we're going to get to our swimmers. I've got Dee Maxa. I've got Hunter Maxa. I've got Gabby Maxa. I've got Isabel Araguin. I have Ella Furmansky. I have Tucker Furmansky. I have Reagan Furmansky. I have Gail Ternorio. Declan O'Leary. Rory O'Leary. Tom Selesky. Violet Selesky. And Riley Selesky. These are just a few of the members of the team that could be here this evening, but thank you all for coming, and we're going to take a few pictures now. And I'm going to let Louisa set that up.
President and board, if you would like to stand. Sure, yeah, of course.
Ready, 1, 2, 3.
It's backwards.
Thank you, Dolphin Swim Team. Thank you, Keith. We now move on to petitions and communications. Board report. Trustee Viacom.
Yes, hello, good evening. So I'd like to first begin by thanking everybody who's here today and the ones watching at home. As far as for me, I'll make this nice and short. I finished up my training, which was required, and I did the second part of our tour, which toured the maze down there. It was really amazing to see what that is down there. I went to the sports hub, and I also seen the amount of work it requires for all of us to kind of enjoy the summer with the pool. So I've seen that as well. Okay, I did speak to a couple of my residents, one being with like streets repair, other is trees and shrubs. From there, I'm here today. So nice and sweet, thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Matrasco.
So, a couple highlights of some things that I was able to see a couple residents out, which I'm really glad to see that were there. Cop on the Rooftop. What an amazing event. I'm not going to give all the details. I'm hoping we've got some there, but that was amazing. And I will tell you that we are going to put a fight in that we are going to make sure that the Army Trail location does better than the Glen Ellen or North Avenue. We've already got that going. I was able to get to our parks and recs, which was amazing to see the work being done there. Village Shore. I will say, seeing the swim team here, it's amazing to see all the work that we have to put in place to keep that swimming pool going. I was pretty amazed having a pool myself, the size of everything, unbelievable. I would have never have expected. Kindergarten graduation. So this was something I got the privilege to go to Blackhawk School and watch these kids graduate. Very cute. But the one thing I thought was amazing is these teachers and the administration. Everything they did to make these kids actually have an amazing time. They all were hugging their teachers, everything. Great to see. Nedzra, our Touch a Truck. That was a wonderful event as well. I'm really enjoying the things that we are bringing for the kids. So I'm really hoping that if we tell more and more people about this, we'll get more people to come out. And I'm going to leave it at our last bit is doing some interviewing that we did for our up and coming appointees. So just so that everybody knows, these are things that as trustees, we're making sure that we're staying on top of.
Thank you. Trustee Meritato?
Oh, thank you. I'm not there quite good. Let's say I had 5 complaints, 4 phone calls for information only, 4 meetings, 3 actually today. Park Golf Senior Center meeting, and that's about it. That's all for me.
Thank you, sir. Clerk Darlin?
Good evening. It's great to see everybody. I finished my FOIA training. I started some training on Diligent that we have here. I also started some YouTube training on some certain things that we use here. Shockingly enough, I do not know Word. Apparently, it's used everywhere. So I started some Word training. I did attend the Memorial Day ceremony. That was outstanding. And I need my glasses for this, sorry. I went to Brianna's, the new opening of the restaurant that we have here in town. I seen 3 of our residents. I was only there for an hour and 15 minutes. I seen 3 of our residents that you don't see often. It was outstanding to see that. The food was great. I hope that people will take some time to go over there, have a quick breakfast, have a quick lunch with a neighbor, and hopefully you'll have the time that I had today as I walked in there and I seen neighbors that I hadn't seen in years. So I hope that for you as well. I as well spoke with 3 of our neighbors in our neighborhood. We're having a small problem. So I was able to fortunately fix a few of those things. I live in District 41, which is the Glen Ellen School District, so I live south of North Avenue. And we had their Lincoln School, they did a parade for the 2025 graduates of Glenbard West, which was where my son graduated last Thursday. And I went to the Lincoln School where all the graduates go to show the preschoolers and the middle school, or not the middle schoolers, the 1st through 5th grade, they do a parade there. So it was good to go back to the home school, back to see all the kids that graduated. And that's all I did, guys. Sorry.
Thank you. Trustee Schmidt?
Thank you. I assisted a couple residents with some of the issues. I attended the Park and Rec Committee meeting, the Memorial Day celebration, chaired the Property Enhancement Committee, attended a couple of the union negotiation sessions, and attended ASTA meeting.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir. Mr. Siddiqui?
Thank you, President Gianelli. I've been approached by HFTD, Hope for the Day. It's a non-profit organization which proactively deal with the suicide prevention and mental health. So I met with them, and it's a great organization. I have invited, with your permission, in our next board meeting so they can come in and show us what kind of tool they have, what kind of services they provide for our residents, because accept it or not, mental health is a clear and present danger in our community, and it's growing day by day. If you look at in our kids, 1 in 4 kids has some mental, or he has been bullied, or he has been suicidal. There's a lot which we need to talk about as a community. So they have a great resources when I met with them, and for anyone, they can check their website hftd.org, which have all the resources, all the clinics which are there. Met with them, and then the usual stuff, complaints from the residents, taking care of those ones. I don't want to spend too much time, but that's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee. Trustee Light?
Thank you. Okay, let's see. Since the last meeting, handled a resident complaint about a village tree that was damaging their fence. We got a phone call about it and was able to turn that over and get that taken care of. Had a nice historic house meeting. We started going through some of the stuff up there. I'll detail later. Looked into complaints about fences going up in neighborhoods without permits. A lot of times what you'll see taking place doesn't always mean they don't have a permit. It's just not available or seen in the window, but it doesn't hurt to check. Handled some complaints about parkway trees that were blocking and growing over sidewalks in the neighborhood. My walkers, I love my walkers. They get out, they report back to me religiously. So we took care of those. I was able to spend Saturday morning with the mayor at Ullman Park inspecting and talking about mine and my residents' vision for the park. It was a really great morning. We even got our hug a tree picture in, which I thought was kind of fun. And then I went and I had conversations with 2 different residents about donations they want to give to the historic house. I'll talk about those and update later. I was able to hit the concert in the park for a little bit last night, which was a great time. Glad to see a lot of the residents out that I had seen before, many times. And then Kim stole my thunder. I was going to talk about Brianna's for all the people that have always wanted that breakfast house, that have talked so many times over the last 10 years, 12 years, wanting a breakfast place. It's here. Go visit it. It's a wonderful establishment. And that's really about all I have.
Thank you, Trustee. I finished my training, paid a visit to our officers at Duncan for COP on a Rooftop. Speaking of graduations, celebrated my son Giovanni's graduation from the University of Illinois in Champaign-Urbana. Shout out to all of our graduates in our community, from kindergarten to 8th grade graduations, high school, trade schools, college. We're proud of you, and we stand with your families in support of you. Attended office hours with our village administrator and our deputy mayor. We met with residents about concerns and issues, everything from infrastructure, parks, road safety, chickens, cricket, you name it, we talked about it. Attended the Memorial Day flag planting, went on a tour of leisure services, conducted interviews with our department heads, attended the Memorial Day service and lunch at the VFW. Had a chance to attend the DuPage Mayor's and Managers Dinner, which was a really great opportunity to connect with the leadership in our neighboring communities and really hear how the leaders are rallying around various important topics from a legislative perspective and the type of change that's needed in DuPage County and how we as leaders can bring about that change. Toured Ullman Park with Trustee Light. Had a great meeting with Congresswoman Delia Ramirez to connect on grant opportunities, one of which I believe we heard this week, Doug, that we did get approved for. Is that true? I think so.
Not from her. We received a grant from our state representative
That's the one. Thank
for
you. sir.
Americana Park for $100,000.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good
Hasn't been
news.
awarded yet, but they told us it's in the pipeline.
We like it. Attended the Chamber of Commerce lunch where 4 of our Glendale Heights students received scholarships and had individual calls with each of our trustees and, of course, our village administrator. That is it for me. Community announcements. We'll start with Mr. Flint.
Thank you, Mayor. Coffee and chat with the village president. Next coffee and chat with the village president and board will be this Saturday, June 7th, at the Lyndon Jackson Center for Senior Citizens from 10 a.m. to noon. If you're unable to attend and have any comments, suggestions, or questions for the village president or village board, please call the village president's office anytime at 630-909-5302 or contact your district trustee.
Thank you. Our Deputy Director of Community Development, Mr. Bialas.
Thank you, Mayor. With the summer season upon us, the Village of Glendale Heights would like to remind residents that many projects in and around the house may require a permit. Common projects needing a permit include work on decks, sheds, patios, re-siding of your house, and re-roofing. For a complete list of projects requiring a permit, please visit www.glendaleheights.org, ComDev Building Permits. We'd also like to remind you to not pay your contractor until they contact community development to ensure all work is up to code. If you are not sure if your project requires a permit or if you need to apply for one, please contact community development at 630-260-6030.
Thank you. Please.
That's me again.
Oh, okay.
Yep. The Village of Glendale Heights has many years of history dating back to our founding date of July 13th, 1959. The village invites everyone to attend our open house at the Glendale Heights Historic House on Saturday, June 28th from 10 a.m. to noon to learn about all of the rich history in our community. The Historic House is located at 311 Windy Point Drive at Heritage Park. We will be partnering with the Lyndon Jackson Center for Senior Citizens to showcase family recipes along with tours, crafts, and more. For more information, please contact Trustee Michael Light at 630-909-5308 or Jessica at 630-260-6060. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Police Chief.
Thank you, Mayor. Movie with a Cop. Join the Glendale Heights Police Department for Movie with a Cop held at Safety Town tomorrow, June 6th, starting at dusk. We will be showing The Wild Robot along with fun interaction with Glendale Heights' finest. Movie with a Cop is sponsored by the Glenside Public Library and Kiwanis Club of Glendale Heights. For more information, please call Tanya Macco at 630-909-5459. And the seasonal market. Stop by Veterans Memorial Park every Thursday this summer at the Glendale Heights Market. The market has new hours from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. every week. Shop for food, produce, crafts, and more locally sourced vendors. If you'd like to be a vendor or more information, please contact Tanya Macco at 630-909-5459.
Thank you. Director of Leisure Services, Mr. Knauts.
Thank you, Mayor. Free medical clinic. Join the Village of Glendale Heights and the University of Chicago Medicine Advent Health Glen Oaks for a free medical clinic on Saturday, June 7th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Sports Hub. This clinic is free and open to the public to help those who cannot afford healthcare insurance. Families and children are welcome. Services include dental exams, diabetes and nutrition education, eye exams, lab screenings, primary care, and much more. For more information or to pre-register, please visit www.glendaleheights.org. Glendale Heights Fest. Take your summer fun to the next level by attending Glendale Heights Fest. Glendale Heights Fest is Thursday, July 10th through Sunday, July 13th at Camera Park. Enjoy thrilling carnival rides, exciting entertainment, and a wide variety of food. Be sure to come on out on Sunday, July 13th for one of the best fireworks shows around. Like our Facebook page to stay up to date with important information about this year's Glendale Heights Fest, or visit www.glendaleheightsfest.com for more information.
Thank you. Mr. Corsini.
Thank you, Mayor. Electronic recycling program. Did you know Republic Services offers free electronic recycling available for all Glendale Heights residents? On the second regularly scheduled collection day of each month, Republic Services will collect electronic recyclables for regular garbage and recycling collection. In order to have an item collected, you will need to contact Republic Services at least 24 hours in advance. Your electronic item should be kept separate from other waste for curbside pickup. For a complete list of acceptable items, please contact Republic Services at 847-981-0091. Concerts in the Park. Join us for our next concert in the park on Wednesday, June 11th from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. at Camera Park. Anthem will be performing all of your classic rock favorites. This concert is sponsored by the Kiwanis Club of Glendale Heights and will feature Gabby's Funnel Cakes as a food vendor. For more information, please contact Jessica at 630-909-5123.
Thank you. Human Resources Manager, Peter?
Hi, crossing guards. The Village of Glendale Heights is now hiring crossing guards for the 2025-2026 school year. Apply today to make a difference in our community. Help ensure the safety of our school children in the morning and afternoon as they go to and from school. Pay rates start at $17 per hour. For more information, please visit www.glendeleheights.org/HR or contact Human Resources at 630-909-5357.
Thank you. Purchasing Agent, Ms. Garza?
Thank you, Mayor. Register today for the village's e-newsletter. On the first Monday of each month, we will email you information regarding the month ahead with news from the Village of Glendale Heights, various programs, events, and other important information. To register, please visit the village website at www.glendeleheights.org. If you have any questions, please contact the village's Public Relations Division at 630-909-5350.
Thank you. Acting Finance Director, Ms. Cravens.
Thank you, Mayor. New village vehicle stickers are now available to purchase. The new vehicle sticker must be displayed by 12 a.m. July 1st, 2025 on the lower right-hand corner of the windshield. Passenger vehicle stickers are $15, motorcycle tags are $12, recreational vehicle stickers are $18, and trucks with B plates are $25. There is an additional price schedule for trucks based on their individual weights. The village is also offering a Forever Vehicle sticker for senior citizens aged 62 or better. One free Forever Vehicle sticker is issued per qualifying household and does not require annual renewal. For more information regarding village vehicle stickers, please call 630-260-6000. Thank you.
Thank you. We will now move on to a proclamation to proclaim the month of June as LGBTQIA+ Pride Month. A proclamation to proclaim June 19th, 2025 as Juneteenth. If there are no objections, I will sign these proclamations.
Go for it.
Thank you. Public discussion of agenda items. Is there anyone in the public that would like to address the board on an agenda item?
Good evening, Mr. Janelli and board. Just wanted to say it was a pleasure meeting with you yesterday. And
Thank you. Can you please state your name?
Christopher Epstein, I
Thank
run
you.
Club Drive. We were glad to discuss a number of issues that have been brought up. And I just want to say there was some positive feedback with regards to it. And one of the things that we discussed was free speech. And another thing is, one thing I want to bring up, because I want to clear my name, and that's, one thing. Free speech is a big thing, within our things here, but the abuse of it too. I was wrongfully charged with a case, and it was admonished and everything like that in the courts. It was rejected. I was charged with a stalking type of thing, so I'm going to mention the name because it's out there and it's been cleared. Cheryl Frowen had me charged with a case saying that I have been stalking her and harassing her, and basically asked for an emergency order of protection. It was totally false. So from a standpoint, I just wanted to make that clear and understanding. I have been being stalked since 2012. So with regards to that, this is all in going with accordance to situations and things like that.
Thank you. That's not an agenda item, so can we move?
I'm just going, because it was part of the situation. Again, the lawyers going into interruptions of things with regards to, like I said, that.
President Gianelli, I have
Yes.
an objection, please
And see,
let him know
my
we
time-
won't take names or,
My time-
we really don't want
While
any
not-
names and it's not
Correct,
in the agenda.
while
I
not
object
prohibited,
that, yeah.
we prefer to,
Right.
I object that because
My
she's not
time-
here, I object.
My time,
that.
my time,
We're on agenda items.
right.
yeah, we're gonna
On the
stick with
agenda
agenda
item.
items.
Well, it was, the agenda was part of your discussion.
Her
with
name
me
is
with
not the
the-
part of agenda. You cannot say the name.
My time? I thank the trustees, the newer trustees, and the clerk and the mayor for bringing up what they're actually doing in the community. Going around what they actually do, as we can tell the older trustees, it's the same old conversation, oh, I did this. But we're getting into actual substance of what the new trustees and everything are actually doing out there with the CAPA and things like that. And Trustee Viacon, you came and approached me last time and said, hey, if there's anything you actually need, come and see me and things. I know one thing I wanted to discuss with you is the safety of the children with the schools, because of the fact passing out candy or ice cream or things is a dangerous situation, and you being a nurse with allergies and stuff like that, that shouldn't be done. That
Thank
should
you,
be-
Mr. Epstein.
All right.
Thank you.
And that's, I just beg with the time that was taken from being interrupted by other trustees. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to address the board on an agenda item? Thank you. Would Village Administrator Doug Flint please read the consent agenda?
Thank you, Mayor. Consent agenda, 1, approval of the regular board meeting minutes of May 15th, 2025. 2, approval of the committee of the whole meeting minutes of May 15th, 2025. 3, approval of the May 23rd, 2025 payroll and June 5, 2025 accounts payable, total amount $3,589,726.19. 4, a resolution to approve and authorizing the purchase of Microsoft Exchange SE software subscriptions and licenses through Dell Technologies. 5, a resolution to approve and authorize the execution of an Illinois Community Canopy Tree Planting Partnership Agreement between Trees Forever and the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. 6, a resolution approving and authorizing the execution of a second amendment to the contract between Bloomingdale Rescue and Recovery Incorporated and the Village of Glendale Heights for towing services. 7, a resolution authorizing the issuance of a notice of award and authorizing the execution of a contract for the 2025 MFT Road Project for the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. 8 is approval of consent.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda? Trustee Schmidt?
I move that the board approve the consent agenda as presented.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Siddiqui. Call the roll, please.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Yes.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Matrasco?
Yes.
Trustee Viacon?
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Consent agenda is approved. Old business? There is none. New business. A motion to waive first reading on new business items 2 through 4. Is there a motion to waive? Trustee Light?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Trustee Viacon?
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Matrasco?
Yes.
Trustee Viacon?
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Yes.
Thank you. The motion to waive first reading on new business items 2 through 4 is approved. An ordinance to approve and authorize the execution of the Sixth Amendment to the Services Agreement by and between Prescient Development, Inc., doing business as Prescient Solutions, and the Village of Glendale Heights. First reading is waived. This is ordinance 2025-23. Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 2025-23? Trustee Matrasco, thank you. Second?
Second.
Thank you, sir. Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Matrasco?
Yes.
Trustee Viacon?
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Yes.
And Trustee Light?
Yes.
Motion to adopt ordinance 2025-23 is approved. An ordinance to waive bid and accept an ordinance to waive bid and accept the proposal of Utilities Service Co. Inc. for the furnishing of storage tank maintenance and renovation services for the West Burdette 1,500,000 gallon ground tank project and to authorize the execution of a contract by and between Utility Service Co. Inc. and the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. First reading is waived. This is ordinance 2025-24. Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 2025-24? Thank you, trustee Meritato.
So moved.
Thank you. Second, trustee Matrasco. Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Trustee Matrasco?
Yes.
Trustee Viacon?
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Yes.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
The motion to adopt ordinance 2025-24 is approved. An ordinance to waive bid and accept the proposal of a Civic Plus for the Village of Glendale Heights website. First reading is waived. This is ordinance 2025-25. Is there a motion to adopt ordinance 2025-25?
So moved.
Thank you, trustee Siddiqui. Any second?
Second.
Thank you, trustee Schmidt. Call the, or any discussion? Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Good. Okay. So, I mean, just trying to understand how many we look into it and why we picked this. Does it integrate with our finance department's system?
So this is, public relations solicited bids from the three largest companies that do websites for government services, right? So we solicited bids from Civic Plus, Granicus, and Revise. Those three companies do 99% of all the websites, more or less, of all municipalities and governments. We solicited bids from them for completely redoing our website. So we evaluated all three proposals and brought to the board the proposal from Civic Plus. They offered the most customizable website, the best pricing, the best long-term pricing, we did the proposals ourselves and solicited the bids ourselves through the Public Relations Department.
Okay. So I mean, does it integrate? Because I think going forward, we will be paying through our website, correct? Like all the credit card transactions?
Yes, so
will be handled
the
by-
credit card transactions, right, will all be customizable. We'll have the preferred payment processor will integrate into this website.
Okay.
Currently, our website now is clunky, right? The service provider for our credit card transactions, it doesn't work all the time for a variety of reasons. But the website, once this is done, will be state-of-the-art. It'll be, most importantly, ADA compliant with all kinds of controls for vision and hearing that are required on us by 2027. So this is going to be about a 9-month project, so we're going to be right in line with meeting our deadline for the ADA compatibility of our website. So this is the much-needed update of our website.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We'll be in line with what other municipalities around us, their websites look like.
Yep. I mean, is there any uptime guarantee SLA they provide?
I'm sorry?
Uptime guarantee, like, any service level agreement about the uptime, if it goes to that level, then.
Well,
they're responsible.
there's 24/7 support. Their downtime is very small, but the support is 24/7. The security is state-of-the-art security for website.
Okay, so I think, Andrea, correct me if I'm wrong, you will be going to Tyler software, correct? The finance department?
Correct.
And does it integrate with this website?
Yes, it does.
Civic Plus?
It does.
It's not going to be, okay, thank you. That's all questions I have, thank you.
Trustee Light?
Quick questions. I did do research on the company itself. I did find out that they had been hacked. I know that everybody gets hacked at one point or another. I found out, part of my question is, it says in 2 years, we have a 5% increase on the contract. Is that as it sits with all the modules that we have, or this 5% increase is gonna be on top of, well, I guess we add more modules to it, or do they even?
It's 5% of what the modules we have.
Of what we have, so it's a 5% increase in 2 years. Is that a 2-year contract then, complete?
I'm actually not sure of the length of this contract, but it's renewable every year, and we have a 1-year opt-out.
All right, 1-year opt-out. How much can we actually do to this ourselves? Do we have to go through them? Are we relying
No.
upon them?
So that's the beauty of this,
Okay.
right? That once this is up and running, that it'll be, anybody we grant access to use this will have access to it. It'll give us complete, much more ability to communicate with our residents than we have today. Meaning, if we have a water main break and a foreman is out on a job site and we gotta shut water off, the foreman will have the ability to put a message out on our website that says, water main break here, water will be shut off from this time to this time. If we're on a traffic crash and we have roadway shut down for a long period of time, one of the sergeants will have access to be able to put a notification up on our website that road is gonna be closed down for this amount of time, right? We don't have that access today. So this will give us much better access to communicate with our residents, and will be much more user-friendly for the residents. Things will be much better organized, not to take anything away from our website today, but, you know, we're gonna have a whole team working on a website, not just one person, right? So, this website is much needed upgrade, and it's gonna be a better experience for the residents and a better experience for all the employees.
All right, I know you said it takes 9 months to get this up and running before it's functioning, or is it something that's gonna build upon? I mean, it's gonna take 9 months to get it running, and then another 3 months to get it.
We should be hopefully live in 8 to 10 months.
All right. If we so choose to leave this company, do we retain the rights to this webpage or the layout of it, or do we have to give that all up?
I don't know the answer to that question.
All right,
I
was
can
just
find that
curious
out.
If we lose it, you know, and then adding modules, we can add modules as it goes on, or is that something that has to be per contract each year?
No, we can add modules as we budget for it.
And we can remove them too?
Sure.
Because like, you know, I know we got with Paycom, we had geofencing, but we don't use geofencing anymore, or time clocks anymore, but do we remove stuff like that? Can we remove that stuff if we don't need it?
Well, we wouldn't build a website with stuff we didn't need.
Okay, just checking. I think that was all I had. Okay. Oh, one quick question. Civic Rec is also part of this same company. Have we looked at that, or are we set on Civic Plus? I know they had a Civic Rec also.
I'm not familiar with Civic Rec, I don't know.
Okay, it was handling all the recreational stuff like that, so I was just curious if we looked at that also.
Now, we have a, well, we can look at it, but we already have a software that.
RecTrack.
We have RecTrack.
Okay, so same basic thing, but does it integrate with this? 'Cause I know the payments and everything else like that.
I'm sure it will.
You sure it will?
I'm sure it will.
Okay, we're going with that. All right, I think that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Meritato?
Quick question, when a water main break, how do we do it now? To notify, we knock on the doors?
Yeah, notices are passed out, whoever's gonna be affected by it.
Okay, so are we gonna continue to do that? Even,
Yeah,
Are we blasted on the,
absolutely,
uh,
yep.
okay, 'cause a lot of people ain't, on their computers
Correct.
24/7.
Yeah, we would still pass out notices.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you.
Of course. Any other discussion or questions, board? Okay, call the roll, please.
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Yes.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Matrasco?
Yes.
Trustee Viacon?
Yes.
The motion to adopt ordinance 2025-25 is approved. A motion to approve the rental of a park facility for Oktoberfest. I want to pause here for the community and share exciting news. We have 2 organizations who have submitted proposals to host October for Us Oktoberfest this year in Glendale Heights. This is a park rental at Camera Park, and one of the organizations, Alka Inc., has been hosting this event for many years and has done a really excellent job of providing this experience for Glendale Heights. The other organization, Schnitzelplatz, is a restaurant here in our own community that's enthusiastic about contributing to the community and being able to provide an experience for our residents. In that, both organizations submitted requests for the same time period. Like I mentioned, we asked these two establishments to submit proposals, just telling us the scope of what was they were considering for Oktoberfest. And they both provided really robust, very interesting opportunities that the board has had a chance to receive and take a look at. And the reason why I pause and share this is because I want to make sure, A, that our community knows that these types of scenarios may come up and that there will be managed with transparency, right? That there's going to be a fair and equitable opportunity for, be it community members, residents, businesses, to participate in and rent our public property. So that's kind of number one, is just giving those of you here with us today and those of you watching from home a chance to understand, the why for this. Beyond that, I do want to also just pause and say that this is an opportunity to recognize what we're here for, and that's the public good. We, on the board, we serve the public good, and as a community, it would have been my, and really our request that organizations on their own behalf agree to collaborate. So rather than select one organization, I would love to ask if these two organizations would be willing to synchronize, to collaborate, to work together to provide Oktoberfest for our residents, because you want that same time period. I think it's fair to say that. I think it's fair to say that that's what this board and this community deserves, instead of kind of the divisive experiences of the past where there was conflict or friction. I know that this board is looking for more collaboration, more peace, and more synergy in our community, and that includes the businesses that we invite to support community events. So, I'm looking at both organizations here with us today. I would ask if you would consider working together, and if that's something that you would consider, I wish that you would. If it's not something that you would consider working together to host Oktoberfest, would you consider splitting the time? The same weeks that you've selected, would you consider sharing that time and taking half and half, or you going at it at different kind of ends? I just would ask that you consider that, because it's what our community deserves. It's what our residents, really truly want to see, is collaboration. And so I just want to say that at the onset. Is that something, and I'm looking at you both, is that something that you would like to consider?
No, not at this point. We've offered that in the past and we were denied that after COVID. They did not want to participate, and they have done everything possible to hinder us moving forward. So I don't think there's a feasibility that we could work together considering our past history.
When that offer was made, I said, well, how much money does it do? And there was there's too much hidden money to discuss that. I go, I need to know.
I understand. On behalf of the community, I just wanted to do the right thing and ask. So I understand. Thank you both for your honesty. Thank you for being here. Again, it's the right thing to do to ask and say that we, as a board, are looking to move forward and not live in the past and live in the last kind of experience that we've had. We're ready for a new day. So with that in mind, I'm asking the board, if you've had a chance to review the proposals, if there's an organization that stands out to you as being one that you would like to see host, when we call the vote, if you could just say the name of the organization that you would like to have endorse as hosting Oktoberfest.
Can I ask one more
Yeah,
question?
please.
So there were two questions that were asked. Can you work together? And you said no. Can you both decide on splitting the time? So then you can actually both have that exact same time, but one goes 50%, the other has 50%. Can we agree on that? If you can't work together, can we split the time so you don't have to work together?
Well, the restaurant hosts its own Oktoberfest as we did when we owned the restaurants. And then we had a separate entity as the Glendale Heights Oktoberfest at Camera Park. They were two separate entities even when we owned the restaurants. So they should remain the same. And furthermore, we have other reasons that this should not even be coming up for discussion, legal reasons that we will have to pursue if we can't get one.
So we're gonna move on. I'm gonna ask for a motion and then we'll have discussion. Is that okay?
We don't get to speak up in front of everybody?
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. Is that, do I need a motion in order to do that? No, please.
You can invite them.
Please, if you'd like to come up, you're welcome to speak.
Like I said, my name is Chuck Wozniak. I live in 441 South Highland Lombard, and I'm the current owner of Schnitzelplatz. When we got that form of the application for this, it asked for licenses. I turned in several, 8 of them, and one particular that I turned in is the Glendale Heights liquor license. According to requirements to serve alcohol at Camera Park for the Summerfest, the contractor shall operate a brick and mortar establishment within the village of Glendale Heights and must hold a valid liquor license. This isn't the S license, this is the Glendale Heights liquor license. The only way to get that liquor license is to have a brick and mortar establishment. To get a liquor license or to sell alcohol in this village, the compliance required for 4-35, it shall be unlawful to sell or offer for sale at retail in the village any alcoholic liquor without having a retail liquor dealer's license. That's the law. That's your rule of Glendale Heights. It's been gotten away with for years, but this is what has to be followed. We gotta follow the law. So I just want to make sure everyone's aware of this. So I have a lot of other things, but this is, all my employees are on the payroll. They're all covered under workman's comp insurance, and I got 24 employees that all work every day, all year long. It's not just a 10-day of excursion for them. This is what we do every day. So I've proven over and over to Mr. Flint, to the past mayor, that Elka Inc. running that festival has been harmful to Schnitzelplatz. I've proven it. All the documents, all the complaints on our Facebook page, all the mean messages we get, it all comes to us. Google is, every year, it tears it up, and I've shown this evidence. All right, it's just not fair. My restaurant in Glendale Heights, the Glendale Heights business, it should be the one running this event. And nobody else has that liquor license to do it. So, sorry.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
I'm Detard Beyer, live in Joliet, 519 Campbell. My parents, Wolfgang and Elfrida Beyer, they started the Elka Inc. and the Schnitzelplatz. They have been in business here in Glendale Heights for 25 years. We sold the restaurant to Mr. Wozniak, and at that time, there were specific agreements between my parents and him. Yes, I don't know all the rules and regulations about our liquor license, other than, of course, we have applied every year, both with the state and with the village, for our liquor license for the Oktoberfest. So we do have our license. We have our own employees. We have our own business. We are, in fact, a minority-owned business. And Mr. Wozniak has done nothing but try to hinder our business. We had booked entertainment for last year. He had threatened the entertainers, if they play for us, they can no longer play at the restaurant, meaning that is not working for the community or for everyone else. That is an absolute threat, trying to destroy our business, which is the only thing that my parents have left that they do. Now, unfortunately, my dad passed away. My dad was not even in the grave per se when Mr. Wozniak claimed that he owns the Oktoberfest. It was offered to him when he bought the restaurant. He declined. As mentioned earlier, when COVID was done, because we had to postpone Oktoberfest, we approached Mr. Wozniak and said, would you like to do the food for Oktoberfest? So we did try to work together. Again, he declined. And then, so that is why we don't feel it would be a good match for us to continue to move forward. A question?
Yeah, so Mr. Wolfgang started this Oktoberfest, correct?
Yes.
25 years ago?
No, he started the Oktoberfest about 14, 15 years ago
14, 15.
with Linda Jackson.
Oh, okay.
To promote, I'm sorry.
So my question to Mr. Wozniak is, why Oktoberfest? Why don't you do August Fest or November Fest? Why you go after Oktoberfest?
Sir, we're a German restaurant.
It's a German.
Okay, so, okay, it's a German, so let's say you have, you have Oktoberfest on 1 week, on the second week, you can do your Oktoberfest 2 or 3 or whatever you need.
He has his
Why-
Oktoberfest the entire time, either while we have Oktoberfest or a full month afterwards. So just as in the past when we had the Oktoberfest at the park, at Camera Park, we still had Oktoberfest at the restaurant, which he does as well. So
Okay.
he has his own Oktoberfest. Unfortunately, he hinders our entertainers by threatening to not allow them perform at the restaurant if they perform for us. And we lost several entertainers last year because of that at the last moment.
My head entertainer won.
Excuse me?
One, Eddie Caruso, my head entertainer.
So I have another question. So when 15 years ago, Mr. Wolfgang started this,
Correct.
this, at that time, you owned Schnitzelplatz at that time, correct?
Correct, until
Okay.
2019 when it was sold.
It was sold, okay.
Right.
And that's where, Mr. Wozniak wants to do it because now he owns Schnitzelplatz, so he thinks that he is the right person to do because since he owned that restaurant, it's a German restaurant, that's why, correct?
Right.
Okay.
Unfortunately, our contract, when we sold the restaurant, there were several stipulations. My parents were restricted from opening a business within so and so many miles, a German business, restaurant, bar, or otherwise. That was all stipulated in the contract. It is also clearly stipulated in the contract that we, Elka Inc., continue to do the Glendale Heights Oktoberfest until we no longer choose. And at that point, he gets the opportunity to take it over if we can come to an agreement.
The agreement was $250,000. Don't forget that.
The price should be irrelevant. That is the agreement.
Board, any other questions? We can move forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just also, at all the Oktoberfest in the past, all the billboards said Schnitzelplatz. Not the last several, but when it started, for years and years it did.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you. We're
gentlemen,
gonna, we're gonna move forward. Is there a motion to approve the rental of a park facility to either side for Oktoberfest? Thank you, trustee Light, for the motion.
You'll go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry.
Do I have to make a motion first? All right, I make a motion to appoint Elka Inc. to the Oktoberfest for Village of Glendale Heights.
I think instead of making the motion with the name, I think what we were
That's
gonna
what
do
we're
is just
looking
say, no, right, and then each of us would just say the name of the
Name of it,
organization that we're,
Right, no, I think you have
Oh,
to make,
go one
you
at
have
a
to make
time?
a specific motion with a specific
perfect.
entity.
I apologize, thank
Okay.
you. So say that one more time, sir.
One more
you
time?
repeat that? Yeah.
Okay, I make a motion to appoint Elka Inc. to do the Glendale Heights Oktoberfest.
And as a point of clarification, is that a motion to grant the rental?
To grant the right.
The rental.
The rental, yes.
Okay,
Second,
second,
I
thank you,
second that.
thank you, trustee Siddiqui. Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Trustee Siddiqui?
yes.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Matrasco?
Yes.
Trustee Viacon?
Yes.
The motion to approve the rental of a park facility to Elka Inc. for Oktoberfest is approved. Thank you, everyone.
Seriously? The law? Lawyer, is that right? Your own law you guys are breaking.
Can you?
Yeah.
Sure.
They're special event licenses.
But you need this license to get the special event license. I read it.
That's incorrect.
To sell, it is unlawful to sell alcohol in this village without a retail.
Sir, I'm not arguing with you. I've answered your question. You might not like my answer, but I've answered your question. Thank you.
A resolution appointing additional executive staff for the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. This is Resolution 2025 R60. I'm going to pause there with the consent and consideration of the Glendale Heights Village Board. I'm honored to bring to you the following appointments. Keith Knautz, Leisure Services Director. Keith has been a dedicated member of the village team since 1994 when he was first hired as a program supervisor. For the past 10 years, he has served as the Director of Leisure Services, bringing strong leadership, creativity, and a passion for the community to our recreation programs, special events, parks, facilities, and more. Beyond his work with the village, Keith has also served as board president for both the Northeast DuPage Special Recreation Association and the Glendale Heights Chamber of Commerce, demonstrating his commitment to the broader community. Thank you, Keith, for your many years of service and dedication to the Village of Glendale Heights. Andrea Cravens, Finance Director. I am honored to announce the appointment of Andrea Cravens as the full-time Finance Director for the Village of Glendale Heights. Andrea has been a tremendous asset in her role as Deputy Director over the past 10 years and brings a wealth of experience from her previous roles in government finance. Her background includes serving as Accounts Manager for the Village of Glen Ellen, Accounting Manager for the Park District of Oak Park, Analyst Supervisor of Accounts and Revenue Cycle at the DuPage County Health Department, and Assistant Finance Director for the Village of Lake in the Hills. However, with all this experience, arguably one of the most unique and impressive things about Andrea is that she's also a licensed commercial pilot. Thank you, Andrea, for your continued dedication and outstanding service to the Finance Department and the village. Is there a motion to adopt Resolution 2025-R-60? Thank you, Trustee Meritato.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Trustee Matrasco, for the second. Any discussion, board? Call the roll, please.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Yes.
Trustee Light?
Abstain.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Matrasco?
Yes.
Trustee Viacon?
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
The motion to adopt Resolution 2025-R-60 is approved. Congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
Public discussion of agenda items. Is there anyone in the public that would like to address the board on agenda item only?
Christopher Epstein,
Yeah,
Club Drive.
Mr. Epstein, you've already used your 3 minutes.
No,
for
I
the
haven't.
board.
This is two separate.
No, it's not.
Yes, you're playing your own rules again. I'd like my 3
Again,
minutes
it's in the
again.
ordinance. You should read it.
Yeah, this is a different this is a
It's
different
not a
public
different
discussion.
meeting. It's the
Yeah,
same
it's your rules again.
Your time is cumulative.
No, it's not. And then there's a separate one. I'm gonna take my 3 minutes, like,
That's the cow.
first, no, it's, Mayor Giano. First of all, on, item number 4, Jenny, you didn't speak up during that issue with regards to, I know you're very expertise on that. I just wanted your opinion on item number 4 with the, software and everything.
Trustee,
Yeah,
I would advise you not to respond. He is
Okay.
out of order.
See, again, the lawyer is speaking up out of turn, again, and also violating a village ordinance is also something, that we have a rule or a law in place, an ordinance that hasn't been overruled or anything like that. And again, Mayor Gianelli, with all due respect, there is an ordinance in place that requires a business to have a brick and mortar licensed within the village in order to have a liquor license. And again, that was violated with regards to granting this thing with Oktoberfest. Again, you know, the lawyer isn't always right. And we see that going on
Thank
all the
you.
time. I'm just wanting to let you take that in advisement because.
Thank you,
All
Mr.
right,
Epstein.
you have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Is there anyone else that would, in the public that would like to address the board on an agenda item only? Thank you. Executive session, there is none. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thank you, trustee Siddiqui. Who had the second? I'm sorry. Thank you, trustee Viacon. Roll call vote.
Trustee Schmidt.
Yes.
Trustee Siddiqui.
Yes.
Trustee Light.
Yes.
Trustee Meritato.
Yes.
Trustee Matrasco.
Yes.
Trustee Viacon.
Yes.
This meeting is adjourned. Trustee Meritato, you have the committee of the whole meeting.
Okay, thank you. I'd like to call the committee to whole meeting of Thursday, June 5th, 2025. Clerk, can you notice present?
Noted.
Thank you. Is there any add-ons or deletions?
Add on.
Okay, what do you have?
For our Parks and Recs, it'll be for the Garden Club.
Okay, anyone else? No? Okay, we run down now to committee reports. Number one, the Glendale Lakes Golf Committee. We did have a meeting, but it was for the Glendale Heights Classic, Golf Classic coming up. And it was just a formal meeting, just introducing everybody and talking about getting foursomes and ticket sales. Okay, number two, Historical Committee.
Of course I do. Okay, I wanted to remind everybody, June 28th, we have an open house at 10 a.m. to noon. We'll be co-sponsoring with the library. They did a great job last time. I enjoyed working with them. It was a lot of fun. And I just wanted to talk a little bit more about some of the donations that we had. Had a resident reach out to me, Joan Coran. She had a high chair that she said was hers when she was growing up. And she's now 80. So that means it's a pretty old high chair that's been around. She said her brother was really kind of rough on it, so it might need a little more cleaning. I said, we'll take care of that. And then George Ferrara family donated a Damascus sewing machine. And apparently it's a large machine. It's sitting in the main floor right now. We're gonna clean it up and try and get it displayed and show what it was like working with some of the older machines of the past, I guess you could say.
So why is it called Damascus? Is it from Damascus?
I don't know, it's just the big name that's on the side of it. It could have been anything. It could have been what it was made of,
I
steel
wanna see
wise.
that
I don't, well, it'll be out there, we'll get it for you. And then we have 3 new cabinet display cases that we're gonna be filling up. I'm looking forward to kind of putting some really interesting stuff. We did go through the basement, we found a little bit more interesting items. I think we have one of the people on the committee is very good at putting together displays for museums. She is working on a storyline and how we can actually put a better story together for the village of Glendale Heights and the world, and to kind of separate the 2 rooms out. So I look forward to getting some of this stuff done. I look forward to seeing everybody this summer for open houses, and look forward to seeing everyone on June 28th at 10 a.m. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Ordinance Committee, we have no report. Parks and Rec Committee, we did have a meeting, but I'll let trustee Matrasco report on that, so she has something to say.
Because I don't talk enough. So I did have the privilege to go to my very first garden club meeting yesterday, and it was actually pretty pretty amazing to see how much everybody really puts into this and how far it's come from when it started to now. There's 20 plats that are out there. They are all sold. I was told to let the public know that there are ADA specific plots. There are 3 of them. If there's anybody interested, to definitely reach out to Jessica. I'm sorry, is it Jess or Jessica? I think it's Jess. She goes by Jessica. Okay, just want to make sure I say it correctly. If you do want information, you can reach me. I will get in contact with her as well, Jenny Matrasco. You can call me, email, whatever works. But the one thing I did want to let everybody know is how I've actually gone over and I've seen what it looks like, and it's really interesting to see everybody's different perspective on gardening. There's 28 plots and everything looks different. If you ever have a chance to go over, I didn't think I could ever see 28 different looking plots. They are there. If you get a chance, go out and see them. You will see, I know that they have the concert in the park on the 18th of June. They're doing the Garden Club special. They're trying to determine how they want to bring awareness to planting. So there's some ideas that are spinning. I won't tell everybody what they are yet, but I do think you should come out to the music in the park and then you'll get an extra treat. But if you do know anybody that is interested in the ADA plots, please definitely reach out because we'd like to get those to our residents and also make sure that they know that they're there.
Okay, I gave you 3 minutes, but she took 10.
I took 2 minutes and 59 seconds. You didn't put the timer on, so you don't know.
Okay, Property Enhancement Committee. Bill?
Okay, at our last meeting, we had a presentation by Rachel Fabiani, who's the lead code enforcement officer, on property appearance, the parkway maintenance, and had some discussion about holiday decorations, what constitutes a holiday decoration and what doesn't. So, very interesting. So,
What
thank
does
you.
constitute a holiday decoration?
That's kind of open to question.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And interpretation.
Got it. Okay.
Holidays.
Is that it, Bill?
That's it.
Okay. Senior Citizen Advisory Committee, we did have a meeting, and we have a lot of events coming up. Next week, Thursday, we have Hot Dog Day at Glendale Lakes Golf Club. It's a fun day for the seniors. They play bags, they putt, probably better than I do. Potato chips, it's a fun day for them, so if you're a senior, come on out. Okay, I'm done with that. Okay, discussion regarding, is none? Aldo, do you want to talk about the garden again? Because that's what you have.
Let me start all over again.
If you want, go ahead.
I'm joking.
I don't care, if you want, go right ahead.
Is it discussion for any of the committees?
Yeah, that's all for the committees.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
I do wanna just add to the Charity Golf Classic conversation. I was unable to make the meeting. I did look at the meeting minutes. And I did get a chance to catch up with Jen after the Chamber of Commerce luncheon that honored the scholarship recipients, just to kind of get an update. And I was very, very excited to hear that, just to share with everybody, all of the tremendous efforts from last year resulted in over 100 golfers. And that's the first time in a while that we've been able to have that number of golfers, and to raise the amount of money that we did. And it was a tremendous effort, not just by the village team, which put in a lot of work, but we really reached out to a lot of our community partners, and they showed up. They showed up big last year for us. We're really hoping that everybody, again, will embrace this as an opportunity to support Glendale Heights initiatives. Everyone from our school districts participated last year, various vendors and businesses in the community. So again, I just want to really shine a light on that. I did give her one tiny idea, Pat, that maybe as a way to invite maybe some ladies who don't want to golf a full 18, don't feel comfortable with that, but do want to participate. Maybe we can have a short putt opportunity in the morning, coffee and donuts, and come do a couple putts or do a couple, hit a few balls and just get some new faces, some new energy out there, just for Jen to see if that's possible. And not just offer the opportunity to do a full 18, because that might not be for everybody. So I just wanted to add that.
Good idea, okay.
Thank you.
Let's see, okay. Is there anybody in the public that has a comment? State your name, please.
You never know who I am.
I know.
I'm kidding.
I know.
My name's Kelly Lambert. I'm on Gilberto Street. So I had two concerns. I really appreciate hearing all the committee reports, what the trustees are doing around the neighborhood. And, a lot of you have been talking about checking out the lawns with the overgrown dandelions and all that other stuff. I'm wondering if any of you are checking about cars that are parked over the sidewalk. My husband and I do a lot of walking. Maybe a lot of you see him clean in the neighborhood, but we actually do a lot of walking, and we've been finding some cars parked, and we have to walk all the way around out into the street to go around. So I'm just wondering if that's something you're also looking at. My second thing is that I believe you got a new tree removal company this year, because, oh my God, what a great job they did on my neighbors across the street. And thanks to Pat, because of the mess from last year's tree removal, they're gonna come back and they're gonna fix our parkway, and I really appreciate that, Pat, thank you so much. But your new tree removal, they're great, they're great.
Yeah, they're gonna
Thank
be
you.
there sometime next week to fix that for you.
Yes, they stopped by and I talked to both of the guys.
Oh,
Thank you so
okay,
much.
Okay, thank you. Is there anybody in the public that, no, okay, you already know, right? Okay, state your name, please.
Connie Barreras, Jill Court, Glendale Heights. I'm with Kiwanis Club of Glendale Heights. Kiwanis is an international service organization whose motto is serving the children of the world. And I'd like to take this opportunity to invite the mayor, the board, and our community to our 4th annual mini golf smackdown, which is taking place on June 14th at Holes and Knolls in Glen Ellen from 11 to 3. You can golf anytime during that time period. For your entry fee, you get 18 holes of mini golf, lunch, and raffle tickets. The raffle tickets are included, and we have some great raffle baskets to give away. I brought some flyers if anyone wants one.
Thank you.
And you can also find out information about our event on our website, kiwanisglendaleheights.org. I can't remember. One of those. And we also have a Facebook page which has information about it on it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. By the way, Doug, do we have anybody that called in or texted in?
We have nobody called in, but gentleman's here to still talk. I think you have Ed too. You want to talk, sir, about?
May I, before we go to that, I just want to, Connie, thank you for bringing that up. Board and community, I did hear that Louisa from our public relations department is the reigning champ for the mini putt smackdown. So I encourage everyone to show up and make sure that that reign comes to an end.
Competition.
Hello, sir.
State your name, please.
Hello, my name is Nick Haddock. I live on Aspen Lane in Glendale Heights, Illinois. And I was trying to see if we could get it approved to allow backyard chickens in this town, just like Villa Park, Lombard, and a few other surrounding towns of DuPage. I've had them when I lived in unincorporated Glen Ellen, and I would love to have them if I could have them in Glendale Heights. I know there'll be some rules, but maybe a test try to see how it works out. I talked to the mayor, and don't know what position he is, but talked to him too.
Doug
And they told me to come
Flinter,
here.
village administrator.
And I'm sorry I can't hear much of you. I'm real hard hearing. Sorry about that. My hearing aids are getting fixed. That's pretty much it.
Thank you. And
Okay, thank you.
to his point, board, I just want to expand. We did meet and discuss, and ultimately, it's my understanding that there was a conversation in the past, and I don't know when, how many years ago. But if that's something that the board is interested in discussing, I just want to.
We had a conversation about this probably about, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago?
About 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
3 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah, it was a no.
And they had a lot of residents that didn't like it because they had dogs. Somebody next door had chickens, and it was a good conversation.
Do we feel like there's an appetite to just have the conversation again? Just because there's new members on the board and give them a chance to provide their insights?
Bill, you want to?
I got a pretty clear directive from my residents was a no. So I will not, I don't think we need to entertain it again.
Okay, is there anyone else?
Well, honestly, I'd like to know more about why we can or cannot. I don't know enough about it to actually be able to say yay, nay.
Right.
Well, because the conversation came up, coops in the backyard. How many chickens can you have? You know, some say 2, and then they got 12 or 15 running around. It was a hot subject for a while, but I mean the board, you know.
Sure, with zoning regulations.
More majority of the people, residents, didn't want it than wanted it.
And
So-
what if, there is an outbreak of any disease or anything? Then who will be responsible? Is the village responsible for that? Or, because sometimes you have to eliminate all the chickens, so how we are going to do that? There is a lot of plus about the smell, let's say if my neighbor doesn't like it and doesn't like the smell of chickens, and maybe the rooster early, when you start, cracking
Yeah.
up, whatever you call it, and they don't like it, so then, there will be a lot of people coming for complaints and all that, and then the village has to deal with that.
Yeah.
I believe that there were no roosters allowed.
Oh, yeah, it was turned down by the board.
Yes.
I was just curious as to what kind of information. And
Yeah.
if there was actually an ordinance that we have versus.
Do we have an ordinance prohibiting it?
No.
We don't have.
Prohibits
Yes,
poultry.
we have an ordinance that prohibits poultry.
Okay,
Oh, we do.
that's why I was.
As a domesticated animal.
As being in the residential areas, poultry, certain animals.
Swine, yeah.
Yeah, there's specific list in the ordinance.
We can eat them but not live with them, is what I'm hearing you say.
Can't have a
pet chicken?
No pet chickens.
No?
No seeing eye chickens.
No turkeys?
No
No.
turkeys. Okay, so I'm hearing from the board, just wanna make sure I'm on the same page, that there's not currently a appetite for putting this on even a future agenda to have further discussion. Is that, I'm just looking for nods or no's, no?
No, definitely not.
No?
No.
Trustee Buchan?
Okay. I'm sorry, but, oh, that's good, you did it.
Oh, no. At this time, the board is not interested in having additional conversations related to chickens, but thank you for bringing it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, is anyone else? Mr. Pope?
Ed Pope, Wayne Avenue. I got 3 simple, hopefully, things. One for Doug. Doug, did you spend all the money that was from that electricity grant or whatever for the community garden? Because, I mean, it's nice that people are saying they like it, they're using it, it's sold out, but it's tacky looking. And, I think we can do better. And when we toured that years ago, we went to all the other villages and looked at what we liked and what we didn't like, and it's like none of it's there. If you go by it right now, it looks like a cemetery. That's not a joke, it really does. But I know this stuff has to grow, but there's no fence. There was supposed to be a fence around it. There's no fence now, and it's boring and it's kind of tacky. And we had $100,000. Did we use it all?
Go ahead, Keith.
We didn't use it all, and the fence, we purposely didn't put in so that we have the ability to expand. If we would have done it based on our initial, I would have had to take the fence out already. So we've created our own area. This is kind of our trial run to see how things work. It gives us the ability to come back next year and make some adjustments if needed.
So there will be a fence up at some point to just protect everything. Once we determine how many plots we actually need, right? It'll be fenced, it'll be probably beautified a little bit more. There's a reason why the spacing is the way it is on the plots, primarily so we can mow and put a mower through it and keep the grass down, without having to be anywhere near the plantings, right? But at some point, there will be a fence there once we decide how many plots we're gonna expand, right? Because this was the first year, we didn't know if there was gonna be 2 or 30 rented. So now that everything's rented, I assume we're gonna add more next year.
Yeah, we believe we've already got at least 2 people that have inquired. We're going to go next year for additional ones. We might need more than that. That's
Right.
the advantage. Now that the word's getting out, we have the ability to expand quite a
So
distance.
there will be a fence there at some point. We have not spent that money. We actually have much of that money left to add to it and to fence it.
Still dog-eared specifically for the garden?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know, besides the fence, besides putting up a fence, what else can we do? It's a garden.
Yeah, but it's the way it looks. I mean, if you go look at the other communities, and I'm not saying, everything that, Glen Ellen's has to be beautiful, or Naperville's is spectacular, but, there's raised planter boxes, there's flowers around it. I mean, they just really put a lot of time and thought into beautifying it so that it's almost more of just a destination that you want to go see, not just because you're growing some vegetables in the middle of a park. I mean, let's face it, Glendale Heights, the one thing we've always been proud of is our parks are spectacular, and this one's it's lacking, but I get it, it's infant stages, but I just thought we had all that money from that electrical grant that, there was a lot of things you could do to, add some decoration and some contrast and some beauty to it, but it makes
We're at time,
makes
Mr.
more
Hall.
sense now. Well, that's because he talked for a whole minute.
Okay, true, no, that's true, that's true.
I got 2 quick questions. The other 2 are super easy. Mike, did you ever find that concrete bust, the horse or the lady?
No, we looked all over. It's not in the basement. Keith was gonna look further in Public Works to see if maybe it might be there, but it could have been buried somewhere. I have
No,
no idea.
it's huge. It could be buried somewhere, but it's
Oh, so it
gigantic.
wasn't in the basement then, that's for sure.
definitely not in the
Okay.
How about the horse heads?
Don't know, I have not seen it.
We used to have, Keith, remember about 10 of them?
They're not there either.
From the
Yeah.
Polo Club.
Yeah, from the original Polo Club.
Oh,
Yeah.
They'd be great for your house, so.
Yeah.
Okay, last one is for Pat. Pat, can you give any update on the, I missed the meeting, I apologize if I got to come to your Parks and Rec meeting, but can you give any update on the basketball courts? Have you done anything, any decisions made yet for redevelopment?
I don't think we discussed the basketball courts.
Yeah, we didn't at the
No.
meeting, but I can give an update that we're in the process. The plan is to go out for bid after Fest, because I don't need to do anything
Sure.
before that. And then we'll be redoing that court at Camera Park.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
The whole court? Yeah. Redo the whole court?
Okay, is there anyone else? Okay, being none, I do need a motion to adjourn. Mike,
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
is there a second? Second by Jen. Roll call?
No.
You can do it by voice.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, meeting's adjourned.
Thank you, everyone.